Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me?
Not a game. We talking about practice.
We thought they were, and we let them off the hook.
If it's me, I'm coming. I'm flat out coming.
It's my quarterback. And if you guys do that, man, it's unfair.
Hello, everyone, and welcome once again to another edition of the Sports Report Podcast. I'm your host, Mr. William D. Morgan, and I have a cast of thousands with me tonight. Got a lot to talk about. Oh, my goodness. We got our first big NFL trade of the offseason. Got some more stuff, some more rumors going on. We also got the NBA, and the Lakers look like they are making a big, huge push for the title. We'll see if they can get it done. Let me go ahead and start bringing everybody into the fray. First, he is my co-host, and this man has forgotten more baseball than I will ever know. Remember, man, 7 and 7. What's up?
Will, we're going to stop the presses real quick for just a second. I have breaking news. Pornhub is officially sponsoring the San Francisco 49ers. They said after reviewing how they fucked the Washington Commanders in that Deebo Samuel trade, they are happy to provide sponsorship dollars to that organization.
Oh my God!
How you gonna get away with getting rid of that busted ass Deebo Samuel contract and the player in its entirety and get a fifth rounder? And he didn't even have to kill nobody.
Nope. But that's a good deal. But that's a good deal for the Commanders, though, because if he don't work out, you just give up a fifth.
The money that the Commanders are taking on is an issue. And I know we're going to talk about this, so I don't want to dive too much into it.
Yeah, that's the truth. That's the truth. That's a lot of money you just took on. That's a ton of money. Woo! Ton of money. We're going to get into where Aaron Rodgers might end up. We might get into where Devontae Adams might end up. We're going to get to where Cooper Kupp might end up. So we got a whole bunch of places we need to go on this episode of the Sports Report Podcast. Let me go ahead and bring this next person in. He is normally with me on the Geek Gauntlet podcast, but he wasn't with me on Saturday. He's traitorous ass. He was watching John Cena turn heel. I can say a lie. I don't blame you, dog. I don't blame you. I would have missed too if I would have known that was going to happen. Let me bring my man Ando win. Ando, what's up? How you doing, brother?
What is up, everybody? How we doing?
Chilling. We watched I'm going to say it, and I will say it till I'm blue in the face. That heel turn was the best heel turn since Hogan in 96.
Absolutely.
Prove me wrong. Other than Austin at 17. Prove me wrong.
No, I still think Hogan in 96 was better.
You know, that's what I'm saying. That's the best heel turn since Hogan in 96. I'm telling you, ain't nobody see that coming. Nobody saw it coming.
Nope.
Ooh. Man.
How
you know he got to get the title now, though.
Mm-hmm.
He got to. Well, the whole point, the whole thing is for naught. So we'll see. All right, let me go ahead and bring in. Let me see who I'm bringing. I'm gonna bring my woman in. I'm gonna bring my woman. The woman I'm gonna owe a ton of child support to. Oh my God, the child support again. Will I never be over it? Erica, what's going on?
Hey everybody.
What's going on? How you doing?
Doing good.
Cool. All right. This gentleman is from the original Players versus Team podcast. The original. I'm going to bring my man John in. John, what's up?
What's happening?
How you doing, man?
I'm here, man. How about y'all?
Same. All right. Let me go ahead and bring in, last but not least, making his long triumphant return. He's been gone for a little bit, but he is now back. Ambrose, what's up, man?
It is I. I have come to bring reason and respectability back to the show.
I quit.
I thought that's why we
Right.
the show was.
And I managed to do it in about 5 seconds.
He said he quit. And I said he quit.
For this, I'm calling Cena tonight.
Don't you
Y'all
wanna
love
call
me.
him?
Y'all
Tony.
Yo,
You look like Buff Bagwell. You're muted.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Dag.
I don't know how to. Damn it.
All right. The first thing I do want to get into is that Deebo Samuel trade.
Commanders coming to play.
I get it. You don't want to sign him to that money. I get it. I understand it from the 49ers. But you must be holding that rookie wide receiver in high regard. I mean, oh my goodness. I mean, say what you look, Deebo Samuel, he's not, to me, he's a gadget guy. He's not that prima donna receiver who's going to create separation and get 200 yards receiving in a game. He's more of a gadget dude. End arounds, bubble screens, things like that. And he's not the guy to me who is going to be that spot on number 2 receiver. Now, for the Commanders, that might work out to his favor because what they like to do with Jaden Daniels. But for the 49ers, you got to be looking at that rookie wide receiver like, wow, he's awesome. And he's somebody we're going to take a chance on. Got to.
Or do the 49ers have another plan in place for the draft that they don't want to pay Deebo?
This is true.
Well, go ahead.
As someone who lives down here in hell, the Redskins fan or Commanders fans are really they're divided on it. I've heard a lot of them talk about it since the trade happened, and some of them are really all for it, and some of them are wondering which Deebo they're going to get.
It's a relevant question.
They don't know if they're going to get the Deebo from a couple years ago who couldn't do anything, or if they're going to get the Deebo who broke out with the 49ers. And it's kind of like they're apprehensive because they don't know if this is going to be another Albert Hainsworth situation or if it's going to pay off for them.
Nothing can be worse than that Albert Hainsworth trade ever.
It could be.
It could be.
Here's my thing.
Nah, I don't think it'd ever be that bad. They traded him
John.
for a 5th round pick. Like it's not that bad.
I'm still echoing, guys.
No, I think you're good now.
No, I don't hear nobody echoing.
Here's my concern with this situation, and my thoughts on it, because I think that first of all, Washington should not have taken on the entire contract because that contract was overdone, was too much when they gave it to him. San Fran should be eating some of this money. I'm talking at least $5 million out of this year, and maybe some more out of the second year, or the year that's left on the contract after that. But when we look at Deebo and his potential success with Washington, the thing for me that I look at is how is Cliff Dingleberry going to use him? and here's the thing.
Wow.
He gets his first name back. Cliff gets his first name back because this was a good first year. He's doing right by Jalen Daniels. We can all clearly see now that Kyler Murray was more of a problem in Arizona than a lot of people gave Cliff credit. But I still got to see more out of Cliff before I give him any respect back with his last name.
Look,
but
I really think
is how he's going to use that's ultimately what it's going to be, because if he's still only a gadget guy, there is no way to possibly recover from this trade. As far as the financial side is concerned, it's not worth it. Is it a lot? No, because they've got the cap money. But they're still sacrificing more money than he's worth if he stays a gadget guy. Now, does he get to where they actually use him as a true number 2 and a slot receiver, and he can actually make completions? He can actually be competitive on the field as a decent speed receiver in the inside to give Jalen those check downs so he's not taking as much abuse? Then yeah, you can pay $17 to $20 million a year for that guy. I think if he's good, he's got the speed that Deebo has, and he's catching the ball, then it's worth it. But if he stays a gadget guy, Washington is wasting their money on this player. And I hate to say it like that, but it's true.
What you thinking, Ambrose?
Did the Niners, if he was this much of a hot button pick, and Washington wanted him this bad, and it was met with such little resistance from the 49ers, do they know something we don't?
Deebo is coming off injury.
Is he going to go there?
Injury. Yeah. He is coming off injury. That's true.
He is coming off of an injury. So that's possible.
So are they – is it kind of just like cost of doing business thing? Like, yeah, send him to Washington. They want him bad enough. We'll get a pick out of it and just wash our hands of it.
But is that pick really worth it, though?
How many fifth-round picks hit like that, though?
But
no,
here's the thing.
Washington's assuming the whole contract to freeze up cap space.
But that's the thing, is that's where the contention is for most people with this deal, is the money side of it, because that's the part that doesn't make sense. I can see Deebo Samuel for a 5th-round pick, but San Francisco should be eating at minimum 30 to 40% of his remaining contract.
According to ESPN, because I just pulled the article up, released March 1st of 2025, the 49ers will absorb $31.5 million of dead space money on this year's salary cap. Samuel, who has 1 year left remaining on his contract, will count towards $17.5 million on Washington's salary cap, but it is also possible that Washington could extend him before the end of the season.
John, we have yet to hear from you. What do you think?
Isn't that kind of Washington's fault in the negotiations, though? Shouldn't Washington have fought them on that?
No, you're right. You're right. This is Washington's fault, and I'm not saying anything against the 49ers in this. I think the 49ers came out.
Yeah, because if I'm trying to unload a guy, I'm not like, oh, let me take care of 60% of the thing. Like, no, that's not going to happen.
No,
if you negotiate it, something can be done.
Right. And so from my criticism is of Washington's front office, because you're taking a $17.5 million hit for a guy that you're going to get what as a gadget guy, if that's all they use him for, which is what San Francisco uses him for. He's going to have 4 to 5 impactful plays a game, and if he's not impactful on at least 3 of them, you've gotten nothing out of him in that game essentially. If you have him as a true second receiver where he is
they ostensibly have paid $17.5 million.
Yeah, if you're going to use him as a true second receiver, or put him in the slot as a seed receiver where you can get checkdowns and he can maybe get some extra yards out of it, because he's a little bigger, so he can take a little abuse as far as some of those hits are concerned from DBs, depending on the speed of the play, then you're going to get more out of him, because he is not worth $17.5 million on your salary cap as a gadget guy. That's my point. That's the thing. That's where I'm hung up on this.
What you think, John? I hadn't heard from you yet. What are you thinking?
I feel like Washington ain't had nothing to lose. I understand the $17 million, but I mean, honestly, their offense just got better, and it was really good last year. Now, like I said, I understand the $17 million, but I feel like San Fran got tired of Deebo being overweight and chunky and not playing football.
And dressing the way he dressed. Let me stop.
I'm sure he's one of those guys who paints his nails too.
Let me
but I'm gonna leave that alone.
Let me shut up. I'm sorry.
But that's just
keep
how
Caleb
I feel.
Williams'
Washington
name
just got
out
better,
your fucking mouth.
no matter how you use it.
Oh, he said it. He said it.
I'm gonna
that's what I said in the chat. I can say it. You have to ask permission.
I'm gonna say it like this. I think John is in the right direction with this. Washington has nothing to lose. Best case scenario for Washington, even if they get 4 or 5 chunk plays a game out of Deebo Samuel, how much pressure does that take off of Terry McLaurin? It takes a lot of pressure off of Terry.
It is. Yeah,
because you can't double. You're not going to double him.
No, you're not. Well, so let's look at it like this, right? So Washington plays New York. Let's say they play the Giants to open up the season. Are the Giants going to double Terry and let Deebo be one-on-one, or are you going to put one-on-one coverage on both? The way I see it is you're going to play 2 high safety to start the game, and then Deebo will get those one-on-one looks. Jaden will go, hey, we'll go ahead and hit Deebo first. Oh, look, Terry's wide open down the sideline. Let's hit him for a big play.
Right? Yeah. And no. And that's the thing is that's what you have to do. You have to use him as a slot receiver. You have to use him as a second receiver. Your check down receiver.
Yep.
You can't just use him as a gadget guy where he's just swinging shit behind or hitting those gadget wildcat plays. That's my point. Yeah. If you're going to pay him $17.5 million a year, you got to use him in more than just your backfield.
In my honest opinion, it looks like Deebo is the Washington paid $17 million for Freddie Mitchell. I mean,
I would take Deebo over Mitchell though. Personally, I didn't really care for.
I would take Deebo over Mitchell.
I would take Deebo over Mitchell. I would. Better receiver. Deebo better switch to halfback because he can barely run routes and he can never get separation at receiver. When it goes to being,
only way he gets separation is him being. You have to play him in the slot, no matter which side you on.
Right.
Either that, or you run him out the backfield and give him a wrap.
Yeah.
So that he's like on that wheel route where he's going to be he's already going to be at full speed when he gets past the line of scrimmage. That's how you.
Right. Because he's dangerous in the open field. That's him.
Yes. Yes.
I would still take Cordero Patterson over Deebo Samuel myself.
It wouldn't.
Even at his age, I think Cordero has a lot to offer.
Well, it's not an inherently terrible decision because it wasn't made by the Jets.
Damn. Hey, Kyle, appreciate you coming through. Mo, appreciate you coming through, man.
What's up, guys?
I'm definitely gonna see you on Wednesday, Mo. Definitely. But yeah, Zach Ertz is gonna eat. I really think Zach is gonna eat. If he can stay healthy, I think he's gonna eat.
That Washington offense could very well be the most high-powered offense of the season next year.
Absolutely.
To me, it depends on what we see out of Jalen Daniels next year. Because if he has a sophomore slump, people are going to be out on Washington. It's not going to be good. And like by halfway through the season, they're going to be saying, should they trade Jalen Daniels? Like these things will come out. Like, was this just a fluke? That's what the conversation is going to be because the media bails on black quarterbacks really quick for some fucking reason.
The league bails on black quarterback for some fucking reason.
It's not even black quarterbacks anymore. It's an immediate need for success, and it's really hurting the profession. Look at Mitch
Trubisky. But
Mitch Trubisky had a great first 2 seasons in Chicago. Went to the NFC Championship one year. Was a failed field goal from getting to the NFC Championship the next year, and Chicago called for his head in his 3rd season.
Trash.
Well, I don't want to look at, but here's my thing. Look at fucking Sunshine.
He got all the time in the world.
Look at fucking Sunshine with the Jazz. That he has the only season that he's had that has mattered at all was the fucking fart in the wind of his rookie season.
And that's why I always ask people when they bring him up to me, you really think he that guy? You really think Sunshine's that guy? No.
I don't want to fact check you guys, but first off with you, Seven, it was Trevor's sophomore season because the freshman season or the rookie season he had was with Urban Meyer.
So all right. So all right. No, that's I'll give you. No, that's right. That's right. Yeah, that's right.
Ambrose.
That's right. Yeah.
To fact check
Ambrose.
We'll give him a pass. Yeah. To fact check Ambrose, the Bears didn't make the playoffs Trubisky's rookie year. They went 12-4 the second year, missed on the double doink against Philadelphia in the wild card round, and then the only other playoff appearance that Chicago had was their fluke 9-8 season when they lost in the second round lost in the wild card to the Saints. Those were the only 2 playoff appearances.
And that was Justin Field. That was the Justin Field season, right?
That was still Trubisky because the following
that was still Trubisky.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I admit my mistake then, but I still contend that they don't give a quarterback enough time.
I absolutely agree with that.
My only issue with the command, I need to see more out of Brown.
Peyton Manning played today, they'd have benched him.
My only issue with the Commanders, I need to see more from Brian Robinson Jr. I can't stand Austin Eckler. I can't stand the man. I can't stand him. I hate him.
Man, you're not getting no more out of Brian Robinson Jr. I don't know why they hold it on to him.
The only thing I will say about the Commanders is 3 of the 4 receivers that they have on the team at the moment are designated as free agents. So they still have Terry McLaurin, but the other 3 receivers that they have, Noah Brown, Dwame Brown, and Zacchaeus, are all potential free agents. So it's possible that they can bring the 3 of them back, but I don't think they bring back Zacchaeus with Deebo being on the team. I think Noah Brown proved that he should be at best slot receiver. I think Dwame Brown.
But you're putting Deebo in the slot, so you can't.
Yeah. But can you put? I like Dwame Brown on the side on the edge of the field more than I like Noah. But that's just
I think Noah's talent just waiting to happen. You saw it some flashes
in the playoffs.
Yeah. Playoffs. Really, I think he's talent waiting to happen. But I just can't stand Austin Eckler. I need to see more of Brian Robinson. I can't stand Eckler.
They didn't get rid of Brian Robinson for the. I know you can't stand Eckler.
I can't stand Eckler, man. I can't.
He got no vision. Like he just sees
straight,
and he just goes straight forward. Like he runs in a straight line every time. His cutback game is weak.
The biggest problem that Washington's going to face is their defense. Because if your defense can't keep the opponent from scoring 35 points a game, you're going to have Jaden Daniels burn out by the middle of the season. You're going to have all your receivers burn out by the middle of the season.
They're the Los Angeles Lakers.
That's
exactly.
That secondary.
You've got to have.
That secondary was trash. I was saying a lot. That secondary
was high garbage. I
got to get that points per game down to like 24.
No, that secondary, you got to get better. The Eagles just released Darius Slay, so maybe he go over to.
Yeah, Darius Slay. They absolutely need to go for Darius Slay, and
he needs to go to safety.
I agree.
I agree. But if he moves, even if you move him to safety, he benefits the Commanders even as safety.
He does.
I agree with Tony with that being the issue on the field. I also think that Dan Snyder really hurt that team's reputation, and if a player is going to go there, you have at least 2 or 3 more rebuilding seasons before any free agent worth his thing.
I disagree with that because of Jaden Daniels. I think if last season doesn't happen and they don't have the success that they do with on the offensive side of the ball, I think there is more of a conversation for that. Because don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to mask over the horrible things that Dan Snyder did. What I'm saying is that Magic Johnson purchasing the team, because it was an ownership group featuring Magic Johnson, if I recall correctly.
Yes.
He's the face. He's got like 10% or 20%.
Right.
There's another
he's
guy
the face. He's the guy that gets out there and hypes everybody up.
Well, somebody else owns it though.
Yeah, it's Josh Harris. I think
Josh Harris.
But there's a partnership that he owns with the New Jersey Devils.
But
and the 76ers.
But with the faces that they have now, I think that's just guys like Magic Johnson and Josh Harris that have more of a positive thing when it comes to sports ownership. I think that helps. And players seeing a black owner, I think, is also something that can be positive too, especially when you're looking at it from a supporting the community type thing. Because then I know that's big within black culture. I'm not trying to disparage it or anything to say anything negative against it. I think it helps the Commanders. But then you also look at the success of last year's team, and after everything that organization had been through, getting to where they did, which was definitely an overperformance.
Yes,
I think that it dramatically quiets down the Dan Snyder coordination, and more of a, okay, what's really the potential of this team becomes more to the forefront. Is that a little bit going to be there? Sure, but I don't think it's as much.
Go ahead, Ambrose.
I think Dan Snyder is treated like Voldemort in that stadium.
I don't know why the hell we're still talking about Snyder at this point.
Yeah.
Exactly. We don't need to anymore. We don't.
Oh no, I was just saying that it's for any free agent worth it. That reputation still lingers.
Oh God, no, no.
I really don't think it does.
I don't think it does either. Because it's a moot point with the success. If the success didn't happen, you might have a point. But because the success happened and there's such a positive upswing to what the Commanders are doing, I don't think it's looked at the same anymore.
Agreed.
You have to think of it like this, Ambrose. I'll explain it like this. You know how at one point there was all this bad talk about Magic Johnson because he had AIDS, and then all of a sudden he got a fluid flush in his blood like Keith Richards does every other week, and he no longer has AIDS. Well, Magic Johnson became the face of this organization. They did that same kind of thing again. They just did a fluid flush and cleaned out all the AIDS, all the disease. And so we're going to have the memory of the disease being there, but it's not going to be destroying the body of the organization like it was before.
All right, I get it.
And it just took a lot of money.
Yeah.
Kind of like that, what's his name guy who owned the Dodgers in the early part of the thing.
Yeah.
McCourt. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of, when we get to baseball news, Seven, I got to ask you something. I really want to get your opinion on something I heard.
But let's go through the rest of the NFL comings and goings from the week. The Cincinnati Bengals put the franchise tag on T. Higgins yet again. Yet again.
They're wasting their money.
Yeah,
Really?
Unless you can get a sign and trade.
Yep. That's the
unless you've got a sign and trade worked out so that you're not spending the money. You are wasting money that you should be spending on your fucking offensive line.
Yep.
I feel bad for Joe Burrow at this point.
Joe Burrow was one bad game away from becoming Tim Couch.
He's already borderline fucking Andrew Luck. Like, I would not be surprised if he just walks away.
Yeah, the only difference between him and Luck is he made a Super Bowl. Right now, that's it. I mean, he's getting destroyed. He's going to get ended by injuries if they don't do something.
What frustrates me even more is, the league's going to talk about banning the tush push for player safety, which I get. It's a conversation, and I think it would be interesting for us to talk about it.
Pussies, man, God,
Could you imagine the 85 Bears trying to? The 85 Bears would be like, nah, fucking bring that shit up here. Let's do this, dude.
They only want to stop it anyway, though. They only don't want them to keep doing it because it works for that one team every time.
There was a clip that I sent in our sports report, and I'm hoping that Will send it to you guys. One of the players that's now an analyst. It was on he's on Greg Carton's show. And he said in 2013, the NFL banned pushing a defensive player through the line on field goals and goal line stuff like that because of player safety.
Gotcha.
So they've already done it on the defensive side of the ball, but when the offense does it, all of a sudden, it's fucking okay. Yeah. There's got to be about either pull that rule and let the defense go back to it.
Yep.
Or we got to balance it out. That's the right thing.
And to back that up, way back in the day, some running backs used to have straps on the back of their pants that would allow offensive linemen to lift them up and shoot them over the line when they needed a yard or a touchdown.
How long
and that
ago
was legalized. How is that any different?
What year was this?
Right.
It's
like where they had suspenders on their pants.
Yeah, when they had the helmets.
John, I'm telling you, go ahead and lift me up, and I'll score the touchdown, sir. Let's go.
They had a bar full of face masks back then.
They had the leather
Bart Starr years.
Everyone was named Lanny.
This must be a Bart.
Elvis Gerback.
It's a Gerback years. What the hell?
Yeah.
Mr. Gerback, please throw me over the end zone, sir.
Please throw me over the end zone, sir.
All we're saying is Hank Stram watched some players get thrown over the line.
Up, they got a little person in. He stands in at 3'6". You know he's getting launched.
Fucking Brad Williams is going to start playing football because of the first fucking scored a touchdown. My fucking 3-foot ass scored a fucking touchdown.
I mean, you wouldn't be able to see him back there if he's in the backfield. Shit.
It doesn't matter.
Just throw his ass over.
Can't see him. Just throw his ass over. Just throw his
Bombs
ass
away.
What?
Shit.
I do want to get. I do want to get into one more thing. Then we get back into football. Real quick. Saturday night, I was doing Geek Gauntlet like I normally do, and all of a sudden, I got a text message from a certain person that 7 knows. Are you watching Elimination Chamber? No, I'm doing my show. Do you know John Cena just turned heel? What?
Why do I feel like you're blasting me?
What? So it's like
nope. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. It ain't you.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Oh,
don't worry about it.
You figured out who it is.
So, and I haven't seen it yet because I'm doing my show, but I haven't seen the clip. So, yeah, he just turned heel. You talking about Cody Rhodes, right? You ain't talking about John Cena. You're talking about Cody Rhodes. He was fighting Cody Rhodes. No, Will. No. It was John. John turned and kicked Cody Rhodes' ass. I'm not happy about it, but I'm not upset about it either.
It only took 22 fucking
Why do you
years.
sound like Michael Jackson?
I was about to say that.
It's character accuracy. Just don't question. It's character accuracy.
And I'm like,
22 fucking years for WWE to finally pull the goddamn trigger. And Will, I will kind of catch you up on something. This technically is not the first time Cena was heel. This is the second.
So I thought he did one early in his career, didn't he?
Yeah, when
he got to the E, he was heel. But
okay, all right, okay, that's what I thought.
So no, because remember when he came to the WWE, his first match was against Kurt Angle, doing the whole ruthless aggression and slapping Kurt.
Real aggressive there. Yep.
By that definition, he was kind of a tweener. Yeah,
more of
the colorful type,
mid dude.
But
even if you take his Dr. Thugonomics, that was still classic. Because look at all the matches he had.
Yep.
Yeah.
Undertaker, Kurt Angle, Brock Lesnar were the top 3 that he had. So.
Oh yeah. And then he went heel. I mean, he went face.
Yeah, then he went face. Now, there was a rumor that going into WrestleMania 28 that Cena was supposed to go heel against The Rock the first time that they met.
I heard that.
Actually, it was like 48 hours before the Monday Night Raw that Cena was supposed to turn heel. Cena had a new theme song.
Mm-hmm.
He had new gear. He had like everything was set, and Vince got cold feet 2 days before Raw, and they just kept him face.
It's the Make-A-Wish, man. Make-A-Wish.
Oh no! Now they're gonna break a wish. Is what they're doing now.
Break a wish now.
I love Cena going heel because first of all, this shows that Triple H is actually looking at trying to tell stories again.
Yep.
And not only is he trying to tell stories, but he's trying to tell the story in a way that draws back in some of that crowd that has just dissipated. May not be for any reason other than just time took away their watching of wrestling. Yep. And now we have video of the ultimate face in John Cena
turning heel. Listen,
that's a fucking attention grabber. That's Paul Levesque grabbing you with his muscly arms by the balls and going, "Come back."
John should have took the time. The only thing that made me mad about that whole thing, when I went back and looked at the clip after Geek Gauntlet ended, the only thing John need to fix that damn ball spot. He needs to.
He do, man. I was like, damn, John Cena getting old, man. I was like, gee.
Watch the promo that CM Punk cut today on The Rock and Cena. Cut it. Watch that promo. I am totally cool with Cena having a bald spot.
But to be honest, with someone turning heel, how effective is it though with kayfabe? Because the internet has killed kayfabe. Like you can't turn heel and be like, "Oh, that Make-A-Wish."
The issue with this, Ambrose, is they kept such a tight lid on this. Like there were people who were like the internet people that were like, "Oh God, Cena's going to turn heel tonight." Cena, but nothing was ever foretold or nothing got leaked. It's a lot like the Hardy Boys at WrestleMania 33. How they kept the lid shut on. Only a handful of like insider people knew. The public didn't know. The media didn't know that the Hardys were coming back at WrestleMania 33. This was that exact same moment because speaking
of which, they better give Jeff some protein or something because he looked He's looking gone.
He actually will be fighting tomorrow. No, is it tomorrow? I think it's tomorrow night. He and Matt come back to NXT to take on Axiom tomorrow.
Yeah, he's got to eat some food.
But
and then,
but he's always been a small dude, though.
Yeah, but like when you can start to see the cheekbones,
Jeff has always been small.
He's always been small.
See like the cheekbones and like the outline of the jaw.
The biggest I seen him was when he fought. I think it was RVD. About as big as I seen him.
That was a hell of a fight.
How do you feel about Rhea?
It was.
How do you feel about Rhea Ripley, Will?
I'm iffy. I'm 50-50.
She lost her title tonight.
I'm 50-50.
She lost her title tonight.
Pass it up, John. Tell him no. Tell him no.
Here's
Who should lose it to?
Who should lose it to? Io Sky.
I ain't mad at it though.
So the issue that I have with it is with as much pull as Rhea has and the history that Rhea and Bianca have, you could have realistically anchored a night one WrestleMania main event with Rhea and Bianca Belair. You cannot do that with Io and Bianca.
No, you can't.
You can't.
But I ain't mad about Io winning though. I ain't mad because Io's a badass.
Do it after Mania.
Yeah, because but Io's she's a badass in her own right though. So
I'll give you that.
She's a badass in her own right. Now I agree with you though, because if you would have waited till afterward to let Rhea and Io Sky go at it, and then you let Bianca get the winner.
Yep. Well, that's what it was. Like the winner of this match. The winner of this match is going to take on Bianca at WrestleMania. So, I think the WrestleMania draw is Rhea versus Bianca, not Bianca versus Io.
Well, Tiffy Stratton's been making appearances in a Maple Leafs jersey, so you know she's not going to win a damn thing.
She already has the title.
Yeah.
Oh, she's losing that fast.
So she actually is taking on Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania. If they push Tiffany right, they could bank that as the night one WrestleMania. I really think they should headline night one with a women's match of some way, shape, or form.
Yo, what's up with Charlotte Flair, by the way? When, like, your 80-year-old dad has better mobility than you do? She walks around like Frankenstein. Rick's still running around doing the styling, profiling.
Rick probably on cocaine.
What do you mean, probably?
He don't feel the pain. That's what it is. He don't feel the pain.
Yeah. He probably don't feel nothing.
Between the cocaine and all the alcohol, he don't feel no pain.
No pain.
No pain.
Rick loves to ski, but he ain't never been on the slopes.
No.
He loves powder, but he loves the powder in Miami more than he does up in the mountains.
Been on all the slopes. Ain't never been on the slope and got all the bunnies.
I'm just saying, Rick Ross has told Ric Flair to chill on more than one occasion. That's all I'm saying.
My only issue, what is, and I kind of got an idea. What the hell is Travis Scott doing getting involved? But I got an idea on that too because they're on Netflix now. So that's my theory that they're on Netflix. That's why you see Travis Scott.
The way the Rock prescribed it in his press conference, which I like and I hate how The Rock does his press conferences now. Like Cena's press conference at the end of Elimination Chamber was perfect. Come out, sit down, grab the mic, drop it
and go.
Perfect. Absolute. As a heel turn, I don't owe you people a damn thing. That's perfect. But then The Rock comes out here and goes, "Hi, guys. I'm Dwayne Johnson. I'm The Rock. I'm the final boss. I'm the bad guy. Let me lay it out for you on how this, like, shut the fuck up, Rock. Be a dick."
You're a Rose Sparks.
Yes, I laughed at that.
Rose Sparks. Mama Michelle. She didn't know about them. Shannon Sharp know about them Rose Sparks. Shannon Sharp know about them Rose Sparks. You know about them.
The way The Rock explained it in the press conference is they are working. They are working with Travis in the ring right now to see if he can produce anything in the ring before WrestleMania. Is my understanding on it.
We'll see.
So he will get involved in some way, shape, or form.
We'll see. Anyway, but me neither.
It's WrestleMania season. Who cares? 7 weeks from now,
you're gonna get stuff like that on Mania, regardless.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. But anyhow, let's head on back to the NFL. It looks to be the Jets going to get rid of Davante Adams. Where do you guys think he's going to go?
Wherever Vegas goes.
You know, I don't think so this time.
Back to Vegas.
I don't think so this time. I really think he goes to a team that can use him. And I think a team that can really use him would be the Chargers.
Well, Pete Carroll came out today and said he's looking for a true number one.
Or the Rams.
Well, that's Devontae Adams ain't no true number one anymore. First of all, let's be honest with that.
Well, once
actually, I think
I'm not so sure about that.
Depends where he goes.
Nobody throw him the ball.
Depends where he goes. Because if he goes to the Chargers, there's nobody to supersede him. If he goes to the Steelers, there's nobody to supersede him.
Here's what I think is going to happen. Y'all are going to say I'm nuts. And then when it happens,
ain't going to the Chiefs say that much.
No, fuck that. No, I don't want him on the Chiefs. First of all, Devontae Adams doesn't want to go back to the AFC West.
He goes to the Chiefs. Don't say that shit.
Devontae Adams doesn't want to play in the AFC West. He doesn't want to have to deal with all the fucking competition there because that is going to be the toughest division of football.
Yep.
Devontae Adams is going to go to the Cleveland Browns because Devontae Adams is going to go be the number one receiver.
With that
for Shedeur Sanders. Because the Browns are going to draft Shedeur Sanders.
I can't see it.
Hold on. I got to reset my brain, Seven. Hold on.
I can't see it with that.
The Browns are going to draft Shedeur Sanders with the second pick over Walker. Cam Ward's going first.
The only way you end up on the Browns is if you get arrested or if you piss your owner off.
I can't see that.
Unless Shedeur Sanders throws a fit to get thrown off the to not have to play for a snap for the Browns, Shedeur Sanders is going to the Browns.
I can't see that either.
You scared Ando off camera.
Dion would stop that shit. He'll pull it.
Dion can't do shit about this. He knows it.
Archie Manning told Eli no.
Archie Manning did it, and Archie Manning ain't win shit. Dion a Super Bowl champion.
This ain't that NFL. It ain't a bunch of white guys in the back door making back deals anymore. This shit is all over everywhere.
But listen, the thing about it, Archie did it and make it so bad. Dion got more cachet than Archie.
Yo, when Bo Jackson got drafted by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, he said, "Can I say it, Tony?"
Yes, you can say it.
Okay, when Bo Jackson got drafted by the Buccaneers, he said, "Fuck it, I'll enter the draft next year." He didn't even show up to sign. He said, "I'm not doing it."
But that's my only reason why I can't see that happen.
Be a possibility too. If I'm Shedeur, I ain't going to the Browns.
You ain't lying. I ain't going. Either.
I'm going back.
There's no growth.
But you can't go back in the NFL.
There's no growth.
You can't do that anymore. Once you declare for the draft, you can't go back and play football.
I thought it was if you got an agent.
No, Jackson just sat out. He couldn't do it back then either. He just sat out.
He didn't have an agent when he did it.
Yeah, so unless Shedeur finds a way to get them to trade him, if they pick him, they have his rights. Unless he's going to go play baseball like his dad.
That's what I'll
do. He's going to the Browns. I'm telling y'all, that's what's happening.
That's what I'll do because he ain't gonna succeed with that organization.
I'll say it again.
That Cleveland Brown
organization. You end up on the Browns is if you get arrested or if you piss your owner off and he sends you there. It's like the NFL's Siberia.
I go to the Giants before I go to the damn Browns.
That Browns organization is a dumpster fire. It's trash.
I'd go to the freaking Jaguars before I go to the Browns.
I mean, think about it for a second. Why Myles Garrett want to get the hell up out of there?
He's still on his rookie contract.
I'll get the hell, man.
I would have been left.
Yeah, I would have been gone. You'd be like,
this is the thing. The Browns organization is going to have to try and rebuild their thing. And if any organization has a blueprint on how to rebuild your organization's image in a very quick amount of time, it's the Washington Commanders, who went from an organization whose owner was pimping out their fucking cheerleaders to an organization that is an example of good diversity, a young quarterback with an insane amount of talent, and an offense that just keeps putting up points.
He just ain't going.
Because if you're scoring points, nobody's talking about how stupid your ownership used to be.
Facts, but he ain't going to Cleveland. Hell.
I don't think Devontae goes.
Don't nobody deserve to go to Cleveland. That organization
I mean,
is a dumpster fire.
I understand why there's the resistance and why the organization looks the way they do.
Dude,
I get it.
The whole city a dumpster fire.
Cleveland.
Whoa! Put some respect on the Cavaliers' mouth.
Yeah, I'm about to say the Cavs. I'm about to say, but they've only done it 2 years.
And hey, because you can't disparage the Guardians either, because they're not going anywhere in baseball anytime soon. They got a great young roster. So
call them by their real name.
The Indians. I know. Yes, they're the fucking. I have a Cleveland Indians jersey. Actually, it's a Baker Mayfield Cleveland Indians jersey.
I have a Roger Dorn Indian jersey.
But my thing, nice. but like I said, I just don't want to see him go to Cleveland, because if you go to Cleveland, that's a waste of a career. That's a waste. It's a waste.
But okay,
dude, Snake Plissken wouldn't even go to Cleveland.
I feel sorry, and to this day, I feel sorry for Bernie Kosar to this day, because he had to play in Cleveland.
Bernie Kosar has Hall of Fame stats, and they're just like, nope, he was a Brown.
Don't even think about it.
But hold on. Here's my question. Though. Okay, so let's look at this realistically. The Browns have the second pick. Mm-hmm. Okay, Cam Ward's going first.
Yep.
Unless the Giants are just as stupid as they were when they let Saquon go. Which, hey, it's all possible.
Hold on, Sean. You think Cam Ward is going to go number 1 over Abdul from Penn State?
Okay, you know what? That's right. It's okay. Shador's not going first. That's what I'm going to amend.
I think the top 3 picks that you're looking at is going to be Travis Hunter. It's going to be Abdul from Penn State, and then it's going to be Shador Sanders. One of those 3 are going to go top.
Cam Ward goes before Shador Sanders. I will say that with absolute certainty.
I think Cam goes before Shador.
Okay.
Yeah, me too.
It's
they're looking at his physicality, his height and stuff, and all of that.
Watch his combine videos. Cam Ward is going before Shador Sanders.
Okay.
It is
not to say that he'll be better, but
I like people saying that because I'm a Washington State fan, and Cam Ward went to Washington State for 2 years. I wish he would have fucking graduated from Washington State. Fucking assholes.
But John,
by the way, while we're at it. Okay, go ahead.
That's a good.
We got John in the chat. Devontae Adams next team. Will he become the wide receiver number 2 with neighbors with the Giants?
The Rams
since Cooper Kupp would be on a new team, or Chargers to give Justin a consistent wide receiver. I don't know.
That's a matter of what Devontae Adams would demand as a salary and what their cap spaces.
I already said the Chargers, and the reason being, Justin Herbert ain't got nobody. He ain't got nobody.
Devontae Adams doesn't want to go back to the AFC West.
They're like everybody go. That's why I say the Chargers would be perfect, or the Steelers would be perfect too.
I don't think the Chargers have very much cap space, and Devontae Adams doesn't want to deal with the AFC West again. I'm telling you guys, that's the same reason he's not going to the Raiders.
And the Steelers would be a perfect spot too. The Tigler, since you ain't got nothing to bear with George Pickens.
The Steelers or the Rams. Honestly, the Rams was one I would think of. They did re-sign Matt Stafford after he realized that the market sucked. Which I thought was really funny. He's like, yeah, I want to look around. And then he went, oh, God, no, I don't. I'll just resign. I'm sorry.
The Rams would probably be the best place for him.
Yeah, the Rams. I think the Rams are the best bet.
If it goes to the Steelers,
did Tampa resign Chris Godwin?
Over the O-line.
Not yet.
But I think I saw something that was going to happen.
If they don't, that's another spot.
That would be another spot for Devontae Adams.
That's fair.
But keep in mind, the thing, too, that would really help, because right now the Jets still own his rights. So if he if he gets let go, because they can't trade him because his cap number is huge. If he gets let go because his cap number is too big and it's outright release him, he gets to go wherever he wants. Whoever can come up with the highest bidder.
And I think the Jets are going to end up eating out. I think they have to. I think
a return to Green Bay wouldn't be out of reach.
So Jordan Love, I like that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Who do they have at receiver?
Well, they got
Green Bay.
They got Christian.
Yeah,
Christian Watson. They got Romeo Doubs. They got who's the guy that picked up this year?
They got Josh Jacobs at the running back spot. Jordan Love at the quarterback.
No, they have another receiver that's really good because he picked up when Dobbs was out. What? No.
Who is it? Yeah, because that's the thing. And that's why I didn't think of the Packers originally, because I don't think they really need it. And that's the thing is so
Well,
that's why I go back to the Rams, because the Rams honestly have a need, and him and Matt Stafford together, I think, is a good combo.
Yeah.
Jaden Reed, there we go.
There we go.
Yeah.
But my only,
Alex.
But my only issue, but my reason why I say that is because Christian Watson always hurt. But
that's fair.
But I still think
I like the Rams.
But I like the Rams too. To go with Puka, Puka Nacua, and then in Chris and that improving defense. I can't see the Niners.
No, not if they're getting rid of Deebo.
Yeah, I can't see.
By technicality, they still have Brandon Ayuk. They have Jennings.
Mm-hmm.
They have Pearsall. And they were really high on Pearsall.
Yeah, they really are high on Pearsall. The guy that got shot.
Pearsall has the most street cred on the team. You don't want to. You don't want to try and fire the guy with the most street cred on the team, because then the you know.
Whoa! You just said fire. You just said fire, Ricky Pearsall. That's fucked up.
I honestly, and I like Ricky Pearsall. I think he does have a lot of talent. I know that it's hard to take him seriously because he is a wide receiver. But no, I like Ricky Pearsall's talent. And I think that the 49ers are, we'll call it a possibility. I mean, especially when you just freed up some cap space. I mean, if you can grab him on a free agent signing, if they outright release him and eat the dead money, then it makes sense to at least, say, hey, we'll give you, we just got 17 million back. We'll give you 10. We'll give you 15. We'll give you the full 17. Fuck, I'd give 17 to Devontae over fucking Deebo. So, I mean, why not?
Yeah, better player.
But I still think the Rams is a really good fit for him.
I like the Rams and Green Bay. My Rams, Green Bay, and the Chargers. I think those are the three best spots for him. All right, what are we thinking? What are we thinking about? Which way do I want to go with this? What are we thinking about Cooper Kupp?
Cooper motherfucking Cup.
Hey, she didn't ask.
First off, shout out to my boy from Yakima, Washington, graduate from AC Davis High School.
She doesn't have to. I said you had to ask.
I had to ask.
Let's go.
Ooh.
I could go Packers. I would be okay with Cooper playing kind of like that slot role in Kansas City if they could afford it, but I don't think they can.
Jordy Nelson all over again.
Yep.
Yeah. Honestly, for Cooper Kupp, oh, sorry. Go ahead, Erica.
Ambrose, the reason I don't have to ask is because I'm prettier to look at. Sorry.
I'll just hold on. I'll do everybody a favor. Hold on.
Honestly, like if you would follow Ando's suit, that would actually help your case.
Damn.
I like. Honestly, would it be great if Cooper Kupp was in Kansas City? Yeah, but that's not going to happen.
Oh,
I like.
I'd like to see him in Atlanta. I'd like the Falcons to do something.
Yeah,
I think a lot of people would like the Falcons to do something, but I don't know if they've realized that they can actually do anything yet.
To be fair, he was once a Pirate in Yakima, Washington. He's from a Pirate to a Falcon.
This is true. Hey, this is true.
So you want
that Patriots? They're quietly building. That's not out of the question.
And they got 60 some odd million in cap space too.
I'm sorry, Will. How much do the Saints have in cap space?
Not a damn thing.
Not a damn thing.
You gotta look past the results from that end.
We ain't got any shit.
Yeah,
we trying to get rid of motherfuckers. We got a
y'all want to know who?
We got a fire sale going on right now. How much? Hey, look, y'all can get Derek Carr on the cheap. We'll get Derek Carr with some cheese.
No, they're keeping them.
Cookies.
I don't think he'll go to this team, but I think they would benefit the most from having him, and that's the Ravens. They would benefit having Cooper Kupp the most, but I don't believe he'll go there.
No. They would not benefit.
Let me go to Erica first, and
you
then
don't think so?
Let me go to Erica first, and then
go ahead. Go ahead.
Then I'm gonna go to 7 because I got to get 7 on this. All right, go ahead, Erica.
I have another one to roast somebody with, and I'm so excited. I know where all the money for the Saints is going. Do you, Will?
Oh Lord.
To them Catholic churches.
I was going to say Erica's bedroom, but that's just me. So.
Damn. Come
on, wow.
Come on, man.
You know Why don't
Come
you
on,
put your face
man.
on camera and say that shit? Say it with your chest, big boy. Say it. Come on.
I got my
Come on,
all of the
man.
Saints money is going to Erica's bedroom.
Hey, and you know what?
Wait a minute. See me. So that's for all my.
Here's all of Washington State.
Hold on.
Fuck you.
He didn't ask either.
Hold on.
I said you're the only one that has to ask.
So hold on. Since I'm the only Saints fan here, that's where all my money's going there.
Hey, Will, it's a jump start to your divorce attorney for Erica. That's where it's going, bro.
That's where all my money going to Erica.
The Saints are bankrolling your divorce.
All my money going to Erica bedroom.
And no, you're baseball? Right. You are right. They still have Carr, but what they need is a quarterback that can deliver. Carr is not going to get them anywhere.
Look here, man. I'll trade Derek Carr for Jacoby Brissett right now.
Well, you take
okay, man. So all right. So the reason
the same results.
Well, here's the thing.
Hold on.
At least Jacoby puts in an effort. He's very rarely hurt. Very rarely hurt.
He's just the perfect backup.
You know who the Saints
but look, I would have the perfect backup than a dude that can't start.
You know who the Saints
He said the car won't start.
The car won't start.
Well,
don't y'all also have Rattler?
We got Rattler too. And that's who should be.
You mean the white-breaded Patrick Mahomes?
And they ain't saying too much, but that's who should be the quarterback is Spencer Rattler.
No. Okay.
Now I will say this. Hold on, Savin. Hold on. Will, you know who the Saints need to go back and get?
Oh Lord, who?
They need to go back and get Jameis Winston. That's who they need to get. Jameis Winston. Back to you, Savin.
It is
okay. So Ando.
All the more reason for him to go to the Saints. If he's
I'm going to send you. I'm going to send Ando. I was just thinking about this. Ando, I found a video. I found a video on YouTube earlier that I'm going to send you because it's a recipe. It's for a dick that you can cook so you can eat a dick.
Whoa.
And the reason why you don't want him on the Ravens, and this is what I wanted to say. The reason why the Ravens is a bad idea. You don't want the Ravens to throw very much. And come to the Broncos. That's a very Pete Carroll move. The reason why you don't want him on the Ravens is because you already have a problem with the fact that Todd Monken won't run the damn ball like he's supposed to in games that matter. This is a fucking problem for their offensive coordinator. And now you're going to give him another reason to not run the damn ball with the best rushing attack in the fucking NFL. Don't put that juju on them. Ravens fans have already been through it now.
I think it would make them more diverse.
He has problems running towards things bigger than him.
But
I can't. The Ravens. I can't trust Todd Monken.
A real route runner on that team.
Odell Beckham Jr.
He's past his prime.
Still a real route runner.
He was still a clean route runner when he was there.
But Cooper Kupp is a little He's
I get the value of Kupp.
And two, Odell Beckham wasn't available.
The Ravens haven't had a good receiver since Anquan Bolden. Let me stop.
I don't think you're not telling a lie.
Let me stop.
No,
I'm not going to disagree.
I'd rather have
Mark Andrews.
Who?
Mark Andrews.
That's a tight end.
He's a tight end. We're talking about true wide receivers here.
Derek Mason.
We talking about true wide. No, because Derek Mason didn't have the speed Anquan had.
He ran the routes right.
Yeah, he was a good route runner, but he wasn't the athlete Bolden was, and his hands wasn't what Bolden's hands were.
No, this is the same Mason that fell down at the 1 yard line for the Titans, right?
Mm-hmm.
Great job, Derek. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But the thing about that's the last great receiver I could think for the Ravens is Anquan Bolden. Mark Andrews is the best. If you want to say Mark Andrews is the best tight end, I got you. I ain't got no problem with that. But
nah, that's not the best Ravens tight end. Best Ravens tight end is probably Todd Heap.
The best Ravens tight end is Shannon fucking Sharp, guys. Come on now.
He was a Bronco.
But did he? Yeah, I was going to say he had the
longevity. Yeah, I'm about to say overall as a Raven.
okay. I would say statistically because of total amount of yardage, that's probably tight.
I would say laying down pipe, Shannon Sharp was the best.
But as a Raven, I gotta go with Mark Andrews.
Say what, Ando?
Mark Andrews
laying down pipe. He probably laid down more pipe in Baltimore than any other tight ends. I'm just saying, it's Shannon fucking Sharp, bro.
And then someone else came and stole that pipe.
Michelle. Anyway, that's our roast. Michelle, and that's our roast part. And that's our roast part. Anyway.
Stole another man's pipe. That's crazy.
Better than stealing other things, John.
Dude, you'd be amazed at what happens in Baltimore.
I don't doubt it.
It's crazy.
I don't doubt it either. But I
gave somebody a lug nut for a nickel.
They have a gang that rides around on mini scooters.
But
it's still intimidating. You want to laugh at them, but it's like any one of these guys could end me.
But I just think that now, with the way everything is going in the league, and what these wide receivers can, my only call for pause with Kupp with Baltimore, who he blocking? He ain't blocking. He's 180 pounds soaking freaking wet. So when he is out there on the field and he do running play, what you do? You got to get him out of there.
That's completely okay.
Yeah, you got to get him out of there.
Yeah, that's when one of your second string receivers comes in and does it.
Or you bring in your other tight end, which that other guy's pretty good. His name slipped my mind.
Likely.
Yeah.
Yeah, Likely. Yeah, bring Isaiah Likely in.
Yeah. Those two, yeah. But that's my only call for pause with Kupp. But like I say, I love the Broncos fit better because I know how Peyton's going to run that offense. And he's gonna get the football in Peyton's offense. He's going.
Bo Nix would, and honestly, I think Devontae. Like, here's the thing: Bo Nix would benefit from a guy like Devontae or like Cooper Kupp for at least a season or two, as the Broncos are building. But with Devontae, like I said, I don't think he wants to go back to the AFC West, especially with how competitive it is. But you're going to see a lot less of a tense season if you're on a team like the Rams or something like that. So for Kupp, who's looking to show out more, AFC West might be where to go. So maybe he does end up on the Broncos. Maybe he does end up on the Chargers. Maybe the Raiders make a case for him.
Be interesting too.
I think
quarterback.
The Raiders need to get a quarterback first.
Agreed.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
QB.
Hopefully you're up for Shadur Sanders.
Unless you're drafting a number one receiver, you're not getting a number one receiver in Vegas until you get a quarterback. It's just not going to happen.
Ooh, Buck's not going to tag Godwin. Bucks could also be in the mix for Cooper. Hey, there you go.
Okay, that's another for Cooper Kupp or maybe Devontae as well on that one then.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead, Erica.
That would be a really just my opinion. That would be really dope to see Cooper Kupp with Bake. That would be nasty.
Yeah. Him Evans and
absolutely.
Cooper Kupp, yeah.
Can I say it, Tony? Is it okay? Fucking nasty. I didn't need permission. I forgot.
Real quick before we bounce over to a different sport, we do also need to bring up the Hall of Famer. Jimmy Johnson is officially retiring from Fox Sports.
Man, I'm sad.
Me too.
They're going to use so much less hair gel and hairspray on that set.
No,
so much
Terry's
less
still
moves.
there. Terry's still there.
Man, Terry Bradshaw used it all. Yeah.
As long as it's not Gronk taking his place, I'm cool.
That's what I was saying, man. You can't have, don't put Gronk on the full time.
I don't think Gronk has the mental capacity.
No, Gronk is there to replace Terry because mentally they're on the same level.
I don't even think he has the mental capacity to take over Terry. Like, yeah, bro, this game's gonna be sick, man. You got like the game and the teams, and we're gonna have a fucking good time, and it's gonna be awesome.
Gronk, we're still in the pregame. The game had the people.
The game hadn't even started yet, dude. Calm it down.
Gronk, it's Friday night, bro. Like,
calm it down.
Still 72 hours.
I love his passion, and that's. But here's the thing. He's passionate, but he's not wrong either. Like he's like Antonio Brown, but not as much CTE.
No, the CTE benefits Gronk.
Like it's like the difference between the Hulk and the Red Hulk. Like That's like you've got like I can't say it the way I want to now because I just had an idea and I would get in trouble.
Gronk is the smartest idiot I've ever seen. This is
He
a
is.
guy.
He literally fucking is.
This is a guy who didn't want to do drills every day, so he'd do like 7 sprints in a row in different colored shirts and send different tapes in to make it look like he was working out every day.
He looks like a bigger version of Ed Grimley from back in the day in them old cartoons. That's what he looks like, man. He's out there with those dudes, man. He's goofy, but he's tiring because he's like what 6'6", but it's like he looks really goofy out there. Then he goes out there and says this stuff,
but you can't tackle him. Like you can't.
You can't.
Like he's the type of guy. Like if he was your roommate, he'd show up with like an alligator on a leash. You'd be like, "What is that?" I was at the pet shop and they're selling alligators, man. It was only like $10,000.
One of these days, we gotta go because I hope he's gonna be somebody's person. He's gonna be somebody's mouthpiece in the booth. Somebody is going to put him in the booth and start calling games. And when that happens,
he'd be better than Chris Collinsworth.
Listen, he could replace Chris Collinsworth for all I care. He trash.
I was gonna say
he's going to be. I think he's got too much energy for the night game. I think he's a day game color guy.
He's going to be the new Madden. He's going to be like the Gen X Madden.
I got an idea.
Gets the ball. He runs really fast. It's sick.
Well, I got an idea.
What?
We can get Gronk on the Sports Reports podcast for Ambrose and a can of hair gel. Sorry, Ambrose. I got to throw you out, bro. My bad, bro.
It's all right. That's the only
Fox wouldn't have a problem with that trade because he still wouldn't be the most creepy guy on their fucking staff, so it would work out for him.
Wait, what happened? I missed the joke.
You're not the creepiest guy at Fox if this trade goes through. Just saying.
Yeah, it was a compliment to you.
Oh, yeah. And I'd also make enough money to get you a replacement tooth.
Fuck, man. Yeah. Good. Yeah. Right through the gap, man. Right through the gap.
You kicked the door down. You kicked the door down. I'm standing there with a shotgun.
No, dude, the door was already open.
But I want to go with basketball real quick, and after we go to basketball, we're heading with baseball, then we'll get on out of here for the night. The Lakers they're in second place in the West right now, right? Yeah, I know, right? Is this a nice run to get them to that point, or is this something that they can really sustain?
How are they in second place? They have the God King on their team.
Well,
LeBron can't be in second place. We can't have this.
Hold on.
They've come up.
As of the last 10 games, they are tied with the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Golden State Warriors with the last 10 games. They're 8-2. They also have the longest winning streak in the West. The other two teams that they're vying with at the moment, the Nuggets and the Grizzlies, have both entered losing streaks. The Grizzlies have lost. Yeah, the Grizzlies are 3-7 in their last 10.
My thing is this. Like you just said, Ando, they're 3-7. My thing is, are we definite for sure that OKC is gonna be that team in the West this year? Are we absolutely sure that they're gonna be that team?
How can they not? They're 11 games. We keep talking about Cleveland being the team in the East. Like I don't see a way for Boston to catch Cleveland unless Cleveland suffers an injury.
Which they will.
Boston's starting to struggle.
The Thunder have an 11-game lead on the Lakers and the Nuggets. That's 2-3. And there's only, there's 61 games, so there's 21 games left remaining.
21 games left.
2 through 5 are like a game and a half between each other. So
yeah,
but the NBA played 81 games.
82. They play 82 games.
Yeah, 82.
So yeah, the difference between second and sixth is only 6 games. Yep. That's it in the East or in the West. In the East, the difference between second and sixth is 9.5.
But
so
here's
there's a big difference.
The question that we're not answering, because obviously that they're gonna. It's all but certain that OKC gets that 1 seed. Yep. Can OKC sustain? Because there's enough talent on the Lakers right now that it's not hard to say it looks like they're going to be able to make a deep run this year and be looking at the Western Conference Final. But when you look at OKC, yes, they've done extremely well in the regular season. But anybody that knows professional sports knows that the playoffs are a different animal What are we going to see what have we seen out of OKC this season that shows us that we can see continuance in the playoffs? That's my question.
I like OKC. I think I can see OKC winning the first round. Because as of right now, they got the Mavericks, the Timberwolves, the Kings, and the Clippers between 7 and 10. You can make an argument that Phoenix may push and take the 10, depending on how bad Kyrie Irving's injury was from today. Because the Mavericks are the 10th seed. He limped off the court today and had to get help. So let's just say hypothetically Dallas doesn't make it. So it's Phoenix at the 10. The Minnesota's playing good. Sacramento's playing good. I don't like the Clippers. I don't think the Clippers. So we'll say it's Timberwolves and Kings. Let's say the Timberwolves and the Kings make it a 7 and 8. The Timberwolves and the OKC Thunder could be an interesting matchup in the first round. But the way the Thunder are playing, the way the depth the Thunder have, and keep in mind, they made the playoffs last year, so now they're not a squad without any inexperience anymore. This could be a team that uses the depth that they have, the youth that they have, and now the experience that they have to get to the second or even the third round of the playoffs.
I think second round is reasonable, but my question is, are they going to be able to?
The problem is that they'll play the 4-5, which at the moment is between Memphis and Houston. Memphis, like we said, has been struggling. They're 3-7 in their last 10. Houston is also on a losing streak because they lost to OKC earlier tonight. I don't see the Grizzlies or the Rockets beating the Thunder. So if they draw the 1 seed, like I said, they beat the Timberwolves or the Kings. Then they draw the Grizzlies or the Rockets. As it stands now, Golden State could catapult to the 4 or the 5. I think Golden State is more of a dangerous matchup for OKC.
For sure.
But I think OKC, as it stands right now, how can you not at least get them to the Western Conference Finals?
My only call for pause is this: Lakers got 2 bona fide All-Stars. Denver, 2 bona fide All-Stars.
Yeah. Well, you can make the argument that they have 3 because Westbrook coming off the bench makes a big difference.
You can make the argument.
That's fair.
You can make the argument.
Because Murray's starting to click. And that's what helps them win.
You can make the argument. Yeah. Even Minnesota has 2 bona fide All-Stars, and other than
2.
Yeah, they got Gobert and.
I ain't even talking about Gobert. That's trash. I'm talking about Cat.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I mean, not Cat. I'm sorry. My fault. It would.
I was going to say,
it would be Gobert. My fault.
Yeah, Gobert. Yeah, Gobert and.
Because I was about to say Randall is half a star.
I would say, I like Reed. I like Reed better than I like Randall.
But my thing is this: OKC has one star, 1 star,
and I think that's what makes it dangerous.
Could he come back this year?
Who?
Oh, I think they said he wasn't going to.
No,
who's that?
Chet Holmgren.
I was hoping he'd make it back by the playoffs.
I don't think Holmgren comes back.
Yeah, I don't think.
I don't think he's coming back.
If he did, man, I would have been like,
If he does come back, I think it's off the bench for probably the first 10 games of the playoffs if he makes it.
Yeah.
Listen, I think if
they're the most consistent,
like the response that everybody thinks it would be, because I know there's a lot of people here in OKC, like they would not be happy about KD being back. So I really hope he doesn't come back. And with what OKC is doing, mind you, I know nothing about basketball either, so trying here.
We were talking about Chet Holmgren, Erica.
What OKC's done this year, you don't need Cupcake back.
Do y'all agree with Shannon Sharp? OKC, KFC, UFC, Lakers in 5.
What if the Lakers and the Thunder played in the
Lakers in 5?
I think people are struggling with the Lakers right now because they don't know what to do with it.
Right.
Yeah.
Every team is now re-game planning for the Lakers because Luka's there.
Right.
Well. And I think you're 100% correct on that. But the other thing is, before I can say Lakers in 5, Lakers in whatever, I've got to see more because they are still getting chemistry. They are still getting their offense going and how they're really going to use their team the way that with Luka on it now. So I think this next 21 games. This next 20 or so games that they have left is going to be very telling for what we are going to see out of the Lakers. because the truth in the argument is right now we have more reason to believe we're going to see consistency out of the Thunder than we will out of the Lakers. We need to see more out of the Lakers over this next 20 games to know that we are going to see a performance in the postseason out of LeBron, Luka, and co.
All right, real quick. Who's going to finish Coach of the Year?
I got to go Beckerstaff. He's the coach of the Cavs, right?
I think Beckerstaff because it's the funniest name to say.
Redick, I don't think Redick's shown enough that he deserves Coach of the Year. Is he closer to getting a second year than fucking what's his nut from last year?
If they stay in this 2 seed, I feel a little bias creeping in.
Beckerstaff is the coach for the Cavaliers.
Oh, you know ESPN would be all over that. You know
it. Yeah, Beckerstaff, and that's the thing is I think
and complete the season as a 2 seed.
Yep. The Lakers be all in that.
Bickerstaff left the Cavs.
Yeah, okay, so he's the coach of the Bucks. Yeah. Or no. Because Doc is the coach of the Bucks.
Yeah.
Where's Bickerstaff?
I forgot where Bickerstaff went. But yeah, I could see them being biased when it comes to Reddit.
I'm intrigued, man. Hold on. Now I'm intrigued. Where is
I forgot where Bickerstaff went, but he's succeeding where he is.
I'll take a look here real quick.
Lakers in 5.
He's the head coach of the Pistons.
There you go.
Hey, shout out to the Pistons because they were jokes last year. Freaking
the
jokes.
Pistons, and this is why I like Bickerstaff, because the Pistons have turned around.
I was just getting ready to say that, Savage.
JJ Redick isn't even the coach of the team; he's the head coach for.
No.
Nope.
Facts.
So, who is it? Who is it that's coaching in Cleveland?
Kenny Atkinson.
Kenny Atkins is, I think, if you're not going to do Bickerstaff, it has to be Kenny Atkins, just because of the fantastic season that the Cavs have had and the way that they performed this year. He's extremely deserving of at least being a conference.
Now the question read,
I think it should be JJ Redick.
Now the question read, regardless of how they finish, who should get Coach of the Year?
I like Bickerstaff. I think Bickerstaff.
That's the question.
Bickerstaff or Kenny Atkins? Yeah.
I think JJ Redick should get it.
Oh,
hell no.
You're a Yankees fan. You don't get paid.
Yeah, we all know Bron coaching that team. Come on now.
Yeah, but the rest of them said not him, so I kind of had to say him.
So I just looked up the standings in the Eastern Conference.
Mm-hmm.
The Cavaliers have won 10 in a row. Do you guys know the next team in the East with the best winning record or the best record in the last 10? Detroit.
Got to be the Pistons.
9-1. Detroit has won 9 of their last 10 games. Detroit is a game behind Indiana for the 5th and is a game behind Milwaukee for the 4th. So it's very possible with Detroit playing the way that they are.
And they already got a win against the Boston Celtics this year.
Yep, they do. Well, how the hell are our Bulls still in playoff contention?
I don't know.
We're 2-8 in our last 10.
Mm-hmm.
Jerry Weinsdorf is paying a lot of money to Adam Silver to keep you guys in constant contention right now. That's what's going on.
No,
yeah, not even paying his players.
So I get that. The 76ers are fucking falling apart, right? We had to come back.
We gotta talk. We gotta talk about that. We gotta talk about that because Paul George.
We're never getting to baseball.
Because Paul George came out up and talking about something. I'm gonna put the podcast aside and focus on the championship, bro.
You ain't going to the playoffs, bro.
You don't go to the playoffs. What's that championship?
Playoffs?
You waited too late. Yeah. The man for a while there, the man had more podcast episodes than made field goals.
I think that's why he's putting the episode aside, but the show aside, because he got called out for that, and then now that Embiid's done for the season, which he was done for the season at the start of the year when he said he wasn't going to be
doing doubles,
and saying all the things he said at the beginning of the year. I would have benched him then.
Yeah,
that's how you send a message that this kind of crap ain't okay.
Philly just needs to blow it up. I know he said it a couple weeks ago, but Philly just needs to blow it up.
Philly does need to blow it up.
Is no one acknowledging that the Knicks are overachieving and they're in the 3 seed?
My only
That's why we're not talking about it, because they're overachieving in the 3 seed.
The only issue with the damn Knicks is your coach. Tom Thibodeau to run your starters into the damn ground.
Yeah, Tom will hurt Cat in the first round of the playoffs.
Yep.
And at the moment, they're taking on the Pistons. The Knicks will lose in 5 to the Pistons. If the playoffs started today, they'd lose to the Pistons.
Yeah. Easy.
You watch your tongue.
All right, what else before baseball?
All right, let's go ahead and go into some baseball real quick, and then
hey, run the ads real quick, and that way it's.
You want to do it then? You want to do it now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can do it now real quick. Everybody, hang tight. We're gonna run some ads because we got to pay some bills, and we'll.
Football season is here, and SeatGeek is my go-to for buying tickets. Now with SeatGeek, every single ticket is backed with their buyer guarantee. We've all had plans change, and when you can't make it to the big game, SeatGeek has you covered. They're the only ticketer that allows you to return your tickets ahead of the event for credit with SeatGeek swaps. So when things come up, I know that my tickets won't go to waste. So what are you waiting for? Download the SeatGeek app to maximize your possibilities and shop live events with confidence.
National Streaming Sports is brought to you in part by BetUs.com, designed for true fans. NFL odds, Week 1 and futures, college football odds, including Heisman Trophy favorites and playoff odds, NBA odds of division winners and playoffs, Major League Baseball playoff and World Series odds, the National Hockey League Conference playoffs and Stanley Cup odds, and boxing wagers. Betting opportunities include versus the spreads and outright winners, also during the game. Use our link on our website, nessp.info, the Bet Us Opportunities webpage, for a 125% bonus on your first 3 deposits. Must be 21 years old, and remember, bet responsibly.
All right, everybody, we are back. Thank you for hanging out through the ad break. We do appreciate you. All right, let's go ahead and bring everybody back on as we go ahead and break down the world of MLB, and then we'll get on out of here. And go ahead and bring everybody back in. All right, Seven, it's your show.
All right. Well, I do want to give Ambrose I want to talk to Ambrose about the Yankees facial hair policy. He wasn't here last week, so he didn't get to sign off on it. And what I want to give him the chance to throw some stuff out on it because he is a Yankees fan. And I'm going to not joke for too long about the fact that both DJ LeMahieu and Luis Gil are already dealing with injury issues. We don't know when LeMahieu is going to be back. Gil is sitting for at least the first 6 weeks of the season. We are around the corner for baseball.
Yeah.
It is stupid close. Spring training is in full swing. The first thing I wanted to talk about is, from what have you guys seen about the robot up so far and how the challenge system's been used, and what are your thoughts? Ambrose, I'll start with your grumpy ass first.
My thoughts on it are it's no good. And I think that the umpires have no one to blame but themselves for this happening. But I can't stand the idea of an umpire not being there and not making the calls.
The umpire still makes the call. The AI robots are specifically for the challenge system and showing how it comes in, how the pitch actually came in, and if it was actually a ball or a strike. The difference is going to be, the biggest difference from what I've seen is the way that the strike zone sits on a player for the AI robot is lower than where it sits in what we think of as the traditional in the batter's position, knees to chest.
And how do you even gauge that? Each batter has a different stance. Each batter has a crouch.
17 to 53% is the marker that they're using.
And if I recall, they tried this back in the late 90s, and Kurt Schilling ended up beating the crap out of a robot.
So what it is there are sensors in the ground, and the and from different cameras that are placed around it to see where the ball went in the zone. And then they're also using those cameras, like I believe it's either Google or Amazon AI, whatever it is, that's looking at the height of the batter in the striking position and seeing where the ball came through the strike zone. And it only comes into play if the batter or the catcher or the batter, catcher, or pitcher challenges the ball or strike call.
I'm a firm believer that baseball is perfect with imperfections, and human error is a part of the game.
It is. That's fair.
And I don't like trying to make it perfect. I really just don't. I don't like robots and AI getting involved in it. I don't like. I just, because that's the next step is they're just going to not have umps at all. And I don't like that road. I don't like going down that road. I don't like it sterilizes the game. Part of the fun of the game is the debate and the arguments. Was he safe? Was he not safe? Was it this? Fair. Was it a blown call? And it's always been part of the game. It's been part of the game since 1879 when the Braves first took the field. And I don't like the fact that they're trying to tool themselves to be like other sports. The whole appeal of baseball was that it was different from other sports. There wasn't a clock. There wasn't a time limit on anything. There wasn't digital doodads that told you what was right. It was the ballpark, the game, the fans, and the debate afterwards. And I don't like the fact that they're getting away from that. It takes away from the charm of the game.
That's fair. Erica.
But I did want to counter that point. But at the same point, everything changes. Everything evolves. And you're taking the human factor out of it. So if you want something to be called straight, if you want something to be called clear with no influence on either way, why not go this direction?
Well, Will, my point is that everything evolves outside of the baseball field. Baseball field is one place you could go to where it's the same game that's being played for 120 years, and we know it, and we love it, and we take it as it is, good and bad.
And I got you from a puristic standpoint. I got you on that. But at the same point in time, if you want a game that can't be influenced, Prize Picks, FanDuel, whatever else is out there, gambling, whatever else is out there. If you don't want to worry about ball strikes, things of that nature, just saying.
But where does the line end on that though? Because you make a valid point that it does kind of help. You know, you're if you have the robot ump back there, it's one less risk in an ump calling a dirty game. It's going to reduce our least favorite umpire. We're going to reduce the chances of having another Angel Hernandez in Major League Baseball because they're going to be kept honest. And so that is a valid point. We don't need an ump like Angel Hernandez being able to have a negative impact on the game. But that's also sports betting is still hitting the players just like it is the officials.
It's true.
And so as long as you have that there, the hard thing with the sports betting is the only way to keep sports betting completely from impacting the game at all is to just take it away. That's the ultimate truth when it comes to sports betting. Because otherwise, there's always going to be people that are going to find ways. Sports betting was really hard in the 1970s. Pete Rose was banned from baseball till the day that he died because of sports betting. That was mostly in Vegas and Atlantic City.
Mickey Mantle and Willie Mays were banned from baseball temporarily for being greeters in casinos. That's how seriously they took gambling. They weren't even betting on baseball, and they were retired. They were banned.
And this is my exact point. Like there is the people that want to do it are going to do it.
Right.
Like, and the league is going to be serious. Like that one the one umpire for Major League Baseball that lost his job and can no longer umpire professional sports again because somebody else used his account for sports betting on baseball. Like they know it wasn't even him. They know that it was somebody else, but because it was his account, he lost his job and will never get to be an umpire.
It wasn't even his account, wasn't it? Like his home address that he got hit with.
Yeah.
No, it was his account. It was a shared account with a couple of other people is what it was.
Well, and here's the thing that and all right, listen, we all see the hat I'm wearing. We all know I'm a Dodgers fan.
Are you?
You're a fucking Yankees fan, and you guys fucked up in the 5th inning and we won. Hush your mouth. Anyways.
She said it again, Tony.
She still doesn't have to ask.
She doesn't have to ask.
I have titties. I get permission to say whatever the fuck I want to say.
And I'm majority vote, so she can do it regardless.
But no, it's.
But no. Hold on,
ahead.
Tony. What I was getting at, I'm sorry, we went on talking about titties. Anyways, but
yeah.
Why is Shohei still in then? Again, I'm a Dodgers fan. His interpreter was gambling, but Shohei's still out here playing.
There is a clear double standard in that because Shohei's interpreter was but I think it was because the only thing to me that makes sense for why the umpire was fired and Shohei didn't face any punishment at all. Shohei was unaware. Like this was a fraud situation with Shohei and his interpreter.
100%.
Whereas
the ump had no idea and he just lost his job.
Go ahead.
Real quick, we do have a Pete Rose question for you, Tony. Right there.
Since his death, we find Pete Rose taken off the ineligible list at 6. Someone has to die to even mention it. He deserved to be in the Hall of Fame while he was still alive.
No, he didn't.
I was a firm believer that he should have been in as a player while he was alive. He was not a Hall of Fame coach. Like, so there's there should never, I like that. And that's why I think there can be a distinction because he did the gambling as a coach. All the inappropriate things that he did that everybody talks about as a coach.
Right. Not as a player, a coach.
As a player, as a coach. So first off, there is a clear line of separation there. We can recognize one of baseball's greatest hitters in the 70s, one of the greatest hitters of all time, easily in the top 10 to 20, as far as all-time hitters in baseball. Pete Rose absolutely should be recognized
he hits
as a hitter.
He's got a 301 average. How is he top 20?
He's got a career what?
301 average. How is he
top? And but what I'm saying is because he's in the top 10.
Okay, and your personal.
In my personal, he's in the top 10. But when you look at overtime, there's a lot of things other people are going to factor. There's going to some that are say he's in 10 to 20. But when we look at all-time baseball, there are not a lot of hitters that have ever stepped on the fucking field that were as good, as clean, as consistent as Pete Rose. He absolutely should be in the Hall of Fame. I believe that Shoeless Joe should be in the Hall of Fame. I believe Barry Bonds should be in the Hall of Fame. Chipper Jones.
Agree with you on Bear.
Chipper fucking Jones. There is a video going around Facebook. I watched it earlier today. Chipper Jones said that Barry Bonds is one of the best baseball players he ever played against. And if Chipper Jones, who was never implicated in steroids, who played the game at the highest level and was an elite player, can sit there and doesn't hold the fact that Barry Bonds used steroid against him, why the fuck should it matter to anybody else? Because those are the ones that truly matter.
Biggio, who did say that he condemned Barry Bonds' steroid usage. Craig Biggio is a Hall of Famer. Craig Biggio earned his say.
Craig Biggio, okay, yes, but Craig Biggio is not on the same level as Chipper Jones.
He not?
No, he's just not. Because and here's the difference. A casual baseball fan from that era knew who Chipper Jones was before they knew who Craig Biggio was.
Yep.
And that's what I'm going to say. There is a difference. Craig Biggio is a great player. Chipper Jones was an elite player, and that's the difference. The players in the elite tier as a whole support Barry Bonds. The great tier is when you start seeing salty guys that didn't have as much of a career because of guys like Barry Bonds raking it over the fucking fence every day.
I mean, I just think Pete Rose, when it goes to the history of him, those 2 trips he made to Japan where he tried twice to skirt the government, had that briefcase full of cash, he carried on. Faye Vincent warned him both times. He was let off the hook both times. The man didn't learn. The man was a professional malcontent, and he got what he deserved. I don't think he should be allowed in the Hall of Fame. But there was a rule. It was as big as my house, written in every MLB clubhouse. No gambling. No gambling.
Right.
And he did it anyway.
But the thing about when are we going to stop holding? But when are we going to stop holding players accountable for what they do off the field? When are we going to stop doing that?
He did get what he deserved. He did not get to see it in his life. He did not get the satisfaction of being a player that was in the Hall of Fame in his life. He didn't get to pick who brought him in. He didn't get to stand and make his acceptance speech. He doesn't have any control over that anymore. But we as fans who know the history of the game and know that Pete Rose off the field was a piece of shit, we all know this. It's not a secret. But we also get to see one of the greatest hitters in baseball history that is not currently in the Hall of Fame immortalized where he fucking should be as a player. And that's the key distinction we have to make, because everybody keeps bringing up shit from when he was a coach. We induct individuals that touch the game in multiple facets as a specific entity, as a coach, as a player, as a broadcaster, all the fucking time. Why is that such a tough distinction when it comes to Pete Rose?
Because that's his legacy, unfortunately.
If that's the case, then take Michael Jordan out of the Hall of Fame because he's a shitty ass owner.
His actions. He deliberately walked past that giant sign every day and defied it.
As an owner, not as a player.
As a coach, I'm not debating what he did. What I'm saying is we need to recognize what he did before that.
And how do we know he wasn't doing it as a player?
Okay, hold on. So that means, Ambrose, from your state of opinion, if you made any mistake that got you arrested or got you thrown in prison, both as a player, as a manager, as a coach, as an owner, you should not be allowed in the Hall of Fame. The Hall of Fame is only for the most opportunistic person who took advantage of every opportunity that they had, was not given a second opportunity in any way, shape, or form.
I mean, that's happened to a lot of people. In my opinion, Dwight Gooden and Darryl Strawberry should be in the Hall of Fame. So, yeah.
I don't debate Darryl Strawberry. If they came back and you're making my point, kind of. But that's the thing is I'm support, because for me, and here's the thing for me, and this is the way I look at it. Same with Barry Bonds. Same with a lot of these the elite players.
Barry Bonds, I agree with, because Barry Bonds, there was no rule against it. You can't retroactively make rules.
Right, and it's so you're right, and that's a thing, and that is a very fair statement. But ultimately, for me, when I look at the Hall of Fame, this is the same reason why I holler back on Shoeless Joe. We talk about the 8-man out story. You cannot tell the story of baseball in the era where Pete Rose played baseball without talking about Pete Rose, if you're going to tell the true history of that era. It's the same reason why Barry Bonds and Sammy Sosa should be in above all else. You want to put whatever fucking asterisk you want because of the gambling or the steroids or whatever the fuck else, or if we want to go back and put asterisks on Babe Ruth because of all the bad shit that he did off the field. Okay.
Hey,
fucking
Babe Ruth was
do
a
it.
legend off the field.
But you still have to, the Hall is about telling the story of baseball. And in order to tell the story of that era, it would be just like if we didn't talk about the history of catching and include Johnny Bench because Johnny Bench gambled or Johnny Bench did something off the field.
But Johnny Bench didn't gamble.
No, it still doesn't change his impact to the game.
Yeah, but there are repercussions to your actions.
So he didn't see it while he was alive, but we have a responsibility as time goes on to tell the story of the game the right way, regardless of those
story.
circumstances.
You visit the museum, Pete Rose is there. Pete Rose is there in the museum. He's just not in the hole. You go to the museum, Pete Rose all over the place. You learn about Pete Rose. He's everywhere. His bats, his pictures. He's in the museum.
But the point,
he's not in the hall, though.
But the point
he doesn't belong.
But the point he's trying to make is the fact the man is gone. He didn't get a chance to enjoy it while he was here. Hasn't the man suffered enough? He didn't.
He suffered the ultimate penalty.
He suffered. He didn't get to see himself in the hall. That's heaven.
This is for the fans at this point.
Yeah, this is for the
fans.
This
is for the fans at this point.
Hasn't he suffered enough as it is?
And there's numerous of fans that have asked for it. Like, why is this still being held against him? Like, why? I mean, and to a point, I definitely agree with the concept of it of he was a coach when he did this, but look what he did as a player. And that's what he deserves to be in the hall for. Just my opinion. That's all I have to say.
I'm in agreement. You got to separate the two. As a manager, yeah, he messed up. Never put him in the Hall of Fame as a manager. But if you can't prove that he was gambling as a player, you cannot hold what he did as a manager in the future for what he did in the past.
Right. But I do also see Ambrose's side that it's like, how do we know for a fact? Now, with that being said, though, I do see your side, Ambrose, but
thank you.
They had to have investigated him thoroughly enough. You were doing it as a coach. Do you think you cannot tell me that they didn't think in that point in time to investigate his time as a player?
Because
as a player, as I said before, he was caught when he got endorsed by Mizuno. He demanded that Mizuno over in Japan pay him in cash, and he would carry the cash home in person so he wouldn't have to pay the taxes on it. And he got caught twice doing that. And twice, Faye Vincent had to interfere and get him off the hook. So he has a history of being shady at the very least.
Okay.
Fuck the taxes on an endorsement. Sorry, no, I don't give a fuck about that.
I'm gonna step in here because we're at an hour and 42 minutes.
Really quick. God damn it, I couldn't remember the other thing I wanted to talk about.
Strike.
We got way off topic there with baseball.
Fine.
We are getting close. I want to tell everybody, the first episode of Podcast Deebo Deferred, our baseball podcast, is going to be coming in just a couple of weeks. I've already been talking with Craig. We're already getting a plan. March 30th, we are recording our second episode. So the Sunday before that is when we're recording the first one. So it'll be out that week. March 30th, we're recording our second one. We will be actually interviewing former MLB umpire Al Clark. He was an umpire in the MLB for about 30 years. He's got a book coming out. I'm having it shipped out to me next week so that I can get a chance to read it before we have him. But he will be joining us. And as a teaser for everybody, we are also, I can't say who yet, because I don't know, because they won't tell me until it's finalized, but we are working on getting an actual MLB Hall of Famer on Podcast Name Deferred in the first half of the baseball season. Erica and John Ambrose are going to be supporting me in that. My co-host Craig, who I'm going to try and get on for a Monday night show before that kicks off, but I can't guarantee that happening yet, will be joining us, will be on it, and we are going to dive into baseball every week. I'm trying to see if we can do a fantasy segment this season, because I think that's a good thing. My episodes, I'm going to try and be dropping them on Monday mornings. So if we can get fantasy stuff out early, then maybe people can adjust their lineups. But that is coming. And then, Yankees have 2 injured. Fuck the Dodgers.
There you go.
Fuck Rob Manfred.
Fuck Rob Manfred.
Fuck Jerry Reinsdorf and
lockout.
there is a lot of speculation, and even from MLB player, the MLB PA union head Tony Clark, that when the next CBA, and the next CBA, there will be a work stoppage.
Wow.
So that after the 26th season, so not this season, but after next season, we're going to see a baseball player strike again, probably.
Man,
that'll kill baseball.
It will. It will.
All right. We gonna
second one in less than 5 years is not a good look for the fucking league.
Nope. All right, you guys, we're going to get on out of here for this edition of the Sports Report. I want to thank everybody for coming out. We do appreciate you. Thank you for Water Wire Sports for having us. We do appreciate you guys. And we'll see you all again next week right here on the Sports Report Podcast. Have a great week. Have a safe week. Take care.
I want to tell you about my business idea. I want to open up a tire shop, bakery.
Fuck the Red Sox. Fuck the Chiefs. Fuck the Red Sox. Fuck you.
Change your tampon.